Hey, what's going on, guys? This is Ryan here, and today we've just finished 8th place in a 1,000 player tournament, guys. Let's go. And we're going to be using the relatively new Dark Prince Bridge Spam deck. That's right, in the new meta, Dark Prince is actually just so good and so popular. And yeah, I actually just picked up this deck. So I literally just picked up this deck and played it in the tournament and got 8th place. So that just goes to show how good this deck is. But anyways, let's go ahead and hop into a few replays from the tournament. So without further ado, guys, let's go ahead and hop into the first one, which is going to be against a Golem beatdown deck. Now, my opponent is Prank Ratty from the clan TTT Clash 5.0, and yeah, again, he's going to be using a really classic Golem beatdown deck. Now, obviously, Bridge Spam does relatively well against Golem beatdown deck because Golem beatdown just has so many expensive units, and it's just so easy to just rush the other lane. So anyways, as you can see here, he expended 4 elixir on a Night Witch, and I immediately just rushed the other lane. That's obviously the point of a Bridge Spam deck. You want to just constantly pressure the opposite lane and just absolutely dominate. That's a pretty good start. That tower's already down to 1945, and he's barely even touched our towers. I believe the Lumberjack only got 1 swing. So here, obviously with a Golem beatdown deck, you want to pump up, and that's exactly what he does. But that leaves him super duper vulnerable to even more Bridge Spam. This guy is just so pissed because, as you can see, he just has nothing to deal with all of this Bridge Spam. As you can see, the Barbarians and the Dark Prince will just absolutely wreck that Lumberjack, and we're gonna have a Dark Prince and Barbarians on the tower. He has literally 0 elixir, and that tower is down to 1,056 hit points. So Golem beatdown, it's a relatively easy matchup, and as long as you don't screw up too badly, you can pretty easily take the dub. So anyways, here, I'm just gonna go ahead and zap out the elixir collector, cycle to a bandit because I knew he was gonna play a Golem, and the bandit's just gonna go ahead, dash onto the tower, and take that whole thing out. So there we go, we have a pretty big advantage, and now we're gonna go ahead and play down our Inferno Dragon to completely wreck this guy's Golem. And he does have Electro Wizard, and normally how I deal with Electro Wizard is I'm going to go ahead and just Fireball Zap that out. Don't want to deal with it, but unfortunately I actually missed the Zap. That was such a huge misplay, and that's going to cause the Golem to do a ton of unnecessary damage. I'm forced to Tornado, and then go ahead and put down a Bandit to take out the Golem Mites. But yeah, we still managed to relatively take out that push. A Golem push that normally would have taken that tower, we just really easily defended with this Bridge Spam deck. Anyways, here he's gonna go for a Golem push, and I'm gonna defend it this time a whole lot better. So hopefully, I can give you a good idea on how to defend a Golem beatdown push. So anyways, he has all of these units that he's just trying to stack them up. I'm gonna go put down a Battle Ram, and as soon as I see that Electro Wizard, I'm gonna Tornado everything together and Fireball. Look at that value. Everything just dies to that Tornado Fireball combination, and that's GG. There's nothing he can do to stop us from taking the dub right there. We're just gonna go ahead, just spamming everything in the middle, try and take a second tower as well. And with 5 seconds left, guys, can we actually take that second tower? And we actually will be able to take out that tower right as the time runs out. A really dominating game over a classic Golem beatdown deck. Alright, so let's go ahead, just show up the next replay against the super duper popular P.E.K.K.A. Zappy's Poison Bait deck. Clasher Tim here, he actually went on to win the entire tournament. So this guy is an insanely good player. So let's go ahead and show you guys how I play against the P.E.K.K.A. Goblin Hut Zappy's Flying Machine Royal Ghost super duper annoying deck that is just so popular in the current meta. So anyways, here he plays Zappies in the back. I got an Ice Golem Dark Prince. He's gonna go ahead, put a Goblin Hut, and you don't really want to Fireball at the hut unless you can get some really good value. So here, I'm going to go ahead and Fireball the Royal Ghost as well as the Goblin Hut, so the Goblin Hut will actually manage to go down. So the Inferno Dragon takes out the Goblin Hut. He plays down a Flying Machine to take out the Inferno Dragon, and he's going to go ahead, send in a Miner to distract the Flying Machine. So this guy, he plays super duper well. Unfortunately, I let the Flying Machine lock onto the tower. I'm forced to zap it to go ahead and stop it from getting too much damage. And here, I'm just gonna go ahead and put a dark battle ram. Unfortunately, the battle ram is in front of everything, so that's gonna also get completely wrecked by Zappies. Zappies are just so good on defense right now and provide so much offensive value as well. So anyways, here, I believe he's just going to go ahead and pump up again as he saves up more elixir. And I'm just going to go ahead right here and, you know, just play a Dark Prince, stop too much damage from getting onto the tower. Spirit Golem chip damage can be really, really lethal. But fortunately, he actually lets us completely take out his Goblin Hut. And he's going to go ahead and put a Royal Ghost to take out my Dark Prince. But yeah, our tower's down to 1768. His tower's almost at full health. So this is definitely a really bad start. Here, fortunately, I am able to tornado that miner to the King's Tower. And we're going to make a pretty nice play right there. The Royal Ghost does also go down to the Princess Tower right as it turns invisible. Here, I'm going to go ahead and send in a Battle Ram and fireball out those Zappies. Unfortunately, he plays his P.E.K.K.A. and just completely obliterates that Battle Ram right there. So yeah, here I'm going to go ahead and play down an Inferno Dragon. He's going to play another Goblin Hut. Here I'm going to go play down an Ice Golem. And the Flying Machine actually locks onto the Inferno Dragon. So I'm forced to zap it to have it retarget. And fortunately, we do manage to take care of that P.E.K.K.A. But here, we're going to go ahead and play down absolutely everything just to stop that Flying Machine from locking on. Flying Machine is just so annoying to play against. Like, I actually think it might need a nerf in the next round of balance changes. But anyways, the Royal Ghost get distracted, pulled over by the Goblin, whatchamacallit, Ice Golem. And the Bandit's going to go ahead and finish off that stuff. We're going to try and push in the opposite lane now. Go ahead, fireball out those Zappies. And then the P.E.K.K.A. unfortunately is still going to take out our battle ram right there. So yeah, this is a really, really bad battle so far. And here I'm gonna go ahead and put down a bandit to take out the miner, and then a Dark Prince to, you know, stop that Flying Machine from locking onto the tower. I'm gonna also fireball out the Flying Machine just to stop any damage from getting onto the tower. So anyways, here I'm gonna go ahead and put down a battle ram. Unfortunately, his hut placements are really on point, and that's gonna stop the battle ram from doing too much damage onto the tower. Zappies will, of course, obviously take out the Inferno Dragon, and yeah, this guy's just shutting me down right now. And here, I'm gonna go ahead and put an Inferno Dragon to stop that Flying Machine, and he's gonna go ahead and put down a miner to get just a little bit more chip damage. So here, I'm going to go ahead, I believe I'm going to put a Battle Ram on the other side, just, you know, applying some nice double lane pressure. And let's go just spam everything in. We're going all out right here, and he still manages to stop the push. And yeah, this is just insanely bad. Zappies once again just shred my push. Here I'm going to go ahead, put an Inferno Dragon to stop any impending push that he wants to make. And here he's going to go ahead and put down a Flying Machine. I tried Fireball out, and that is a huge mistake that really could have lost me in that game right there. I missed the Fireball. He could have punished me super duper hard for that. And yeah, fortunately he didn't. And here I think he makes the mistake of the game. He goes in for a minor poison. That's 7 elixir just completely wasted. And that means we're going to go all out. We're spamming everything at the bridge. Dark Prince, Bandit, Battle Ram, just everything at the bridge. If we don't take the tower now, that tower, our tower, is absolute history, and we're gonna lose that game. So right here, Fireball is going to send in onto those Zappies. Look at that prediction. Fireball catches the Zappies. We've got a Barbarian on the tower, takes it out, and we're gonna have an insanely clutch comeback victory, guys. We were about to lose that game. One more minor poison and that tower would have been down. So that was a super clutch battle. Now let's go over how I faced that deck that I actually showcased yesterday. It's the P.E.K.K.A. 3 Musketeer minion horde deck that's just absolutely dominating in the current meta right now. And Vicious TNT is going to be using this deck, and he's going to start with a P.E.K.K.A., which is a pretty massive mistake. That means we're going to just spam in that Battle Ram and Ice Golem combination. He does manage to stop it with a Zap as well as an Ice Spirit, but the Battle Ram is still going to do quite a bit of damage, and that's going to allow us to completely wreck that P.E.K.K.A. with our Inferno Dragon. He does try and play down a minion horde, but we're just going to go ahead and fireball that out. P.E.K.K.A. almost gets a swing, but we're going to go ahead and take that out just in the nick of time. And also play down a bandit to stage a little counter push, keep this guy on his toes. He's going to have to play down a Dark Prince, and as you can see, we're keeping this guy at literally 0 elixir. He's forced to also expend a Zap onto the Inferno Dragon, and we have a massive elixir advantage over this guy. So we're going to go ahead, as as we save up to 10 elixir, we're gonna once again just play Battle Ram at the bridge, just constantly poke at this guy. Unfortunately, he does have some pretty good counters to Battle Ram, and I don't have a counter to his Goblin Gang and Cycle, so he's just gonna counter that for a nice even elixir trade. And I'm gonna go ahead and play down an Ice Golem to try and soak up the damage of the Goblin. So here, he's gonna play down an Elixir Collector. That's 6 elixir down the drain. As you know, this deck is called a bridge spam deck, so we're spamming everything at the bridge. He's got that Dark Prince, but we're gonna go ahead and take out the Dark Prince. The Bandit is actually gonna dash onto the Elixir Collector, take out the Elixir Collector, and then just, you know, try and go onto the tower. It doesn't do anything on the tower, but yeah, with the tower's down to 721, I can't really complain. And we have a massive elixir advantage. Let's go ahead and spam in another Battle Ram. We could have predicted Fireball that Goblin Gang, but I decided not to because obviously he has those 3 Musketeers, and we just don't want to not have a Fireball and Cycle when he plays down those 3 Musketeers. So anyways, here he tries to pump up again. I'm going to go ahead and zap out the pump again to cycle to a Bandit. We've got a massive push, and he plays down a P.E.K.K.A. I knew he was going to play down a P.E.K.K.A., so I placed a Battle Ram in the left lane just for that double lane pressure, and that actually worked really well. Left tower is now down to 507 hit points, guys. So this guy is in some deep trouble. He has 3 Musketeers, but we can go ahead and tornado all of that into one lane and then quickly cycle to a Fireball and take those out. So here, Bandit take out the Dark Prince and then Fireball onto those 3 Musketeers. Here, unfortunately, I do miss the Ice Spirit on the zap, and the Goblins do get quite a bit of damage onto the tower, but still, that's not bad. He plays a P.E.K.K.A. to take out my Bandit, and I'm going to go ahead and spam that Battle Ram over on the left lane. I try and tornado those minions away, but he does still stop those Barbarians from doing any damage onto the tower. So here, I'm gonna go and play down an Inferno Dragon to take out the P.E.K.K.A., zap out the Goblins as well, and this guy's just applying a lot of pressure. He knows that essentially if he does not break through this push, he's pretty much screwed because both his towers are down within Fireball cycle range. So anyways, here he's gonna go ahead and play down his 3 Musketeers. I'm gonna go ahead and Fireball out the left tower. Obviously, you want to take out those 2 Musketeers, and his tower is now down to 306. I believe that's just a Fireball and 2 zaps or something like that. So unfortunately, we will have to cycle through some things to get there. But here, we're just gonna go ahead and put a Bandit down the other lane. Just obviously, you want to keep up that double lane pressure, and we're gonna go ahead and actually take out that Dark Prince. The Bandit's also gonna dash onto the tower, taking it out, and we're going to completely shred that P.E.K.K.A. 3 Musketeer deck that I shared yesterday. That deck is still good, you can still use it, but yeah. Now let's go over our 2 losses real quick. Our first loss was against the mirror matchup. Obviously, I just picked up the deck. I don't really know how to play mirror matchups. And the second one was against this really interesting P.E.K.K.A. 3 Musketeer Goblin Hut deck. But unfortunately, guys, here's the deck one more time. It works so well, but unfortunately, guys, that is all I have time for in today's video. If you enjoyed, please like down below as well as a subscription to my channel. And as always, this is Legendaray, and I'm signing off. See you guys next time.